regularly into parliament. Deep, dark chamber. Out of every bill which is scrutinized, the figure in earlier governments, 20 साल 25 साल आगे, 10 बिल 6 या 7 बिल स्क्रूटनी. दैट मीन्स कुछ पढ़ाई होगा, कुछ प्लस होगा, माइनस होगा. अभी 6-7 बिल से वो हो गया सिर्फ एक. ओनली 1 बिल इज स्क्रूटनाइज्ड आउट ऑफ 10. दिस इज फैक्ट्स. I challenge Mr. Modi or Mr. Shah. They are very busy people. Handling all the allies, like so many allies, they have ED, CBI. Come, I said this in the last session, I said this again. I challenge any minister in the government, choose any platform of your choice. You come and debate 3 opposition MPs about what you are doing to parliament. So the first one I told you was, how many bills are scrutinized? 1 out of 10. Number 2, parliament से डरता है नरेंद्र मोदी प्रधानमंत्री. राज्यसभा में 6 साल हो गया, टेलीप्रॉम्प्टर छोड़िए सर, आइए एक प्रश्न का आंसर दीजिए. एक, only one. Come and answer one question on the floor of parliament. I can move a resolution. My resolution can be allow teleprompters in parliament. Then maybe you'll answer a question. But now teleprompters are not allowed. So for the last 6 years you haven't come. This is the reality of Indian parliament. I want to standing committees, kuch nahi hota. So the reality is, parliament has been turned into a deep dark chamber. Parliament, Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah and their minions who scuttle around as ministers taking instructions, they don't have any respect. And it saddens me. And the only reason it saddens me is because I remember that moving image of a newly elected prime minister stepping into parliament and kissing the steps of that great institution. What a sham. What a hoax. But then why are we surprised? Any questions? I'll be happy to answer. What happened inside parliament? What happened inside Rajya Sabha? This is a good thing you asked me. Nowadays you don't even know what happened inside parliament because there are 13 or 14 cameras there. Before I joined politics 20 years ago, I used to do multi-camera quiz shows. So I know a little about multi-camera. So they cut one close-up is on the chair. The other close-up camera is on the person who's speaking. Nothing else is shown. So we have to shoot opposition members today who were in the house. Trinamool was in the house, AITC, DMK was in the house, TRS was in the house, CPIM was in the house, CPI was in the house. We were all in the house, demanding a discussion on price rise, same as the last 33 days. We were not allowed a discussion, and that is why we went into the well. Bottom line, government is disrupting parliament, not opposition. But the government is trying to put a spin, saying that opposition parliament disturb kar raha hai. Please, just identify yourself so we get to know you. Kake? আচ্ছা 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 আমি পার্লামেন্ট নিয়ে এত ব্যস্ত কে কাকে ডেকেছে কে কাকে ডাকেনি এত খবর আমি রাখছি না I don't know. So don't mind. Huh? I'll update myself. I will update myself. And I'm sure we're having a press conference today by my colleagues in Calcutta. And I'm sure they will answer all these questions. Our first part of our press conference today was on Meghalaya. The second part is in Parliament. And let me be very clear, the issue of price rise and the related issues around price rise, economic blockade of states, GST, all that together, it has to be discussed. We understand, we were told that this is interesting, that the finance minister was down with COVID, and we wish her well, and we wish her a speedy recovery. The opposition parties made a request to the leader of the House that no problem, even if the finance minister is not there, you please have any other minister to come and be a part of that discussion. Yes. Mahua from Times of India. Can we get a mic across so I can't, I didn't hear, sorry. This is a nice location for a press conference. Because we are homeless. The Trinamool Congress, just 1 second, Mahua, if I may.
Sure.
The All India Trinamool Congress became a national party in 1998 with founder chairperson, Ms. Mamata Banerjee. We've had 30 MPs, 40 MPs, 45 MPs. We're a national party. We got recognized in 2012. We still do not have a party office in Delhi. Not one of my colleagues' homes is being used as a party office. We are the third largest party office in Parliament. But anyway, we are not complaining. Yes.
Okay, so my question is, the first week of Parliament almost did not happen in both houses because of the price rise debate that the opposition tried to raise, it seems. The second week, starting yesterday, similar thing happened in Lok Sabha, today in Rajya Sabha. Therefore, it seems that what you're saying is that if government doesn't want the price rise debate and issues like that to be raised in the House by opposition, and hence is not allowing the houses to run by suspending MPs, etc., etc., what is the way out for the opposition who, bring up the issues like price rise and the other things that you're talking about? How would you go about it while the session is still on?
That's a good question. I'll try and answer your question in two parts. First is, who are the two people at the head of this party? The government, Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah. What is their view and outlook on Parliament? Do they care about Parliament? Do they come to the Rajya Sabha and answer questions? I have another statistic for you. Dr. Manmohan Singh, in his last 5 years, answered 22 questions. Maybe 21 or 23, but 22 questions. Mr. Modi has answered none. And I say this with all respect. Mr. Modi, Prime Minister of India, sir, if you're going to come to Parliament every Thursday morning for half an hour, then I'll have to say things like, you treat it like the Gujarat Gymkhana. So if the leadership of the BJP views Parliament, and nobody in the BJP, I suspect any of these ministers, have the guts to go up and say that, listen sir, the old tradition of Parliament, the opposition will have its say. Because in Lok Sabha, आपके पास मेजॉरिटी है, राज्यसभा आपके पास मेजॉरिटी आप बनाया है, मैन्युफैक्चर किया है. तो opposition must have its say, the government will have its way. This is the way the Westminster model moves. But if you're not going to even allow us to raise these issues, price rise, I agree. For BJP, price rise is not an important issue. There are other important issues for them. What you eat, what you wear, who you marry. These are the issues. Price rise is not an issue. Distract karo.
Just to add on.
This is supplement. You are asked, see, here we not only give you a chance to ask questions, but we also give you supplementary question.
So my
Supplementary.
that the opposition going by the vice presidential elections is not even a united group. So how do you the government like
Absolutely not. I have said this before, and I'm saying this again. Every member of the political party in parliament, whether you have one member or whether you have 40 members, like the TMC, every parliament, every political party has its own identity. And let me make this quite clear. What is the Trinamool's policy? We're very clear. And it's not even a policy, it's a fact. We are now fighting elections in 2023. Optimistically, we're going to do very well in 2023. In 23 in Meghalaya. We're fighting all 42 seats in Bengal. We fought 294 seats in Bengal and in some other places. Certainly we'll be fighting seats in some other states like Uttar Pradesh and a few other states. So we are a like-minded party. The TMC and everybody in the opposition is ideologically like-minded. But there are some parties who are alliance partners. For example, the DMK is an alliance partner with the Grand Old Party. The RJD is an alliance partner with the Grand Old Party. The CPM was an alliance partner in Bengal with the Grand Old Party. So these are alliance partners. The Shiv Sena, the NCP, and the Grand Old Party ran a government in Maharashtra. So that is one kind of like-minded parties. The second kind of like-minded parties, we have the same like-minded, but we are not an alliance partner. So I think if we make this distinction, so we can have the views. Okay, so our issue, Parliament, we're very clear, is price rise. Every other issue is very important. Very, very important. But price rise, we feel, is the number one issue. And we will be on this issue, I can confirm, till there is a discussion, a bare-bone discussion on this. Finance minister sending out tweets and all is fine. This is on the floor of Parliament. Discussions are held on very important subjects. Say like Sri Lanka. We normally as Trinamool don't get involved because we like to support the government openly on foreign policy. But you want to do a discussion in Sri Lanka in a conference room, then we say do it in Parliament when Parliament is in session. But the key to this is that the 1 and 2 in this government, they mock Parliament. Okay. Done? Wow, you pura exam kar diya ho, joint entrance.
MPs were suspended in the House and outside the House, nearly 50 MPs of the Congress party were detained. And there are allegations that they were manhandled by Delhi police. How do you see these developments which happened right outside the Parliament?
I am not briefed because I came straight from there for this press conference. Even I'm surprised that the number is 19 because I'll tell you what happened. You have to move a resolution to suspend MPs. And I must update you because you could not have seen because it got censored. So when the government moved a resolution to suspend 11 MPs from my colleagues from Trinamool, 7 colleagues, and the other colleagues from DMK, TRS, CPM, CPI, when this happened, they moved a resolution. So the resolution was moved by this is quite important. The resolution was moved by the Parliamentary Affairs Minister. After he read his resolution, the resolution has to be put to vote. When the resolution was being put to vote, I, sitting on my seat, asked for a division. Means asked for a electronic voting. That is my right as a member. On this, are you suspending? Are you not suspending? Same as the farm bill. Then what happens? You deprive me of my right. My right is if I'm sitting in my chair, if I'm standing at my seat, I must get a division. I did not get the division. The 11 was suspended. I came for the press conference. Now, members of the media, you inform me that 11 has now become 19. They may have moved another resolution. So this is the rules of the Gujarat Gymkhana. Sab chalta hai. Last question for you or from everybody. Okay. You can take the microphone so others can listen. And we are going Facebook live, and we are going on our. You see, we are going on our own channels: Trinamool Facebook, Trinamool YouTube, and Trinamool Twitter. We are doing this because we need to reach out directly to as many people as we can. We appreciate that all of you have come here, because otherwise, between 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock, some of those channels are extended versions of the Gujarat Gymkhana. Aap bataiye.
So you talked about like-minded partners and alliance partners. So on a day-to-day basis...
No, I didn't use the word partners. That is your version. I said like-minded parties.
Alliance...
I didn't say, yeah, like-minded like-minded.
So on a day-to-day basis, before the parliament starts, some kind of coordination happens between the like-minded parties and the alliance parties on different...
Yeah, not to answer your question, you asked a very fair, straightforward question. When you're in parliament, there are 7, 8, 10 parties. There's some kind of coordination happens. Yeah, we kind of would like to come to the lobby at about 10:50 in the morning or 10:45 over some stand-up, little quick chat. Like today we had a quick chat for 2 o'clock. We had a chat at about 10 to 12, and we figured that when the House resumes at 2 o'clock, Professor Ram Gopal Yadav of Samajwadi Party, who had not spoken in the last 6-7 days, and one colleague of mine from TRS, the two of them would speak first on taking the issue of price rise up. So that's the way it was done. Then we also had a colleague from Siva from DMK. So that's the way we have some. No, today there were no such colleagues because they were outside the party. Floor coordination would always be there. The question is, who's doing the floor coordination? It works out. I've answered all. One more? Sandeep? Off the record. So, please do give us feedback about the timing of our press conference, about, we should do this, and we'll try and do this once or twice a week. And thank you again, Dr. Mukul Sangma.